Today we're following the highest rated high school prospect of all time leading into his college debut, introducing What's All the Fuss, a 6'8", 230 quarterback out of Winnipeg, Canada, has broken every single record in high school through his journey as 4 years in a row of being a champion in high school and now the #1 recruit in the college football recruiting pool. And it looks like DeFuss will continue his football journey at the University of Texas, looking to bring the Longhorns back to the glory days as national champs and as a staple team in the top 10. And taking a look here, he is What's All the Fuss, 6'8", 230, insane ability, 99 overall already. Look at the speed, all of the ability this man has. It's absolutely insane. I'm excited to see this man's journey. We're going to see if he can win 3 Heisman Awards and potentially national championships every single year. We're going to follow his entire collegiate journey leading up into the NFL draft. And by the end of this video, you all let me know down below if you want me to continue DeFuss's journey into Madden 23. And we're here for his first ever collegiate snap, the highest rated prospect ever. Not just a generational talent, but maybe the best talent that's ever played the game. And we're going to take off with his legs first things going, and he's going to pick up a huge gain out of Winnipeg, Canada. There he is with making his impact early. So creeping up here third quarter, and it's 7-3. I mean, nothing amazing from the offense today as we're going up against probably the best defense he'll ever see in his entire collegiate career. But he's going to get in on the end zone as scoring play for DeFuss, 24 yards out. His first ever in his career, and the first of many here for the 6'8" giant. And Texas looking legit, 6th in the nation, taking on this 9th ranked Georgia squad, and it's about to be a touchdown there. Deep ball to Worthy. Telling you, this man's dangerous. He is a giant walking amongst everybody out here. He can run the ball, he can sling it, he's strong. Heisman's, watch out. So a huge 28-3 win opened up the season here for DeFuss in his debut. He went 12 for 29 passing, wasn't immaculate, but we had a touchdown passing there. Got to improve the throwing percentage, but on the ground, this is where he was insane. 20 rushes, 127 yards with a touchdown. He is a weapon, and I cannot wait to see how he progresses. Let's get to the midway point and see how he's progressing in his freshman year. As we're simulating here, I want to give a quick shout out and thank you to our channel members. Thank you so much for helping support the channel and make what we do here possible. If you want to join and help us out, link in the description below to become a member here. But thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for the love and support. Now let's see how DeFuss is doing here at the midway point. So we're here at the midway point at week 9, and you see right now Texas is 5-1, number 6 in the nation, 2-1 in the conference. Our only loss so far this year, looking at the schedule here, came 2 weeks ago against the number 2 team, unbeaten Oklahoma, in that massive rivalry matchup there. Let's see how DeFuss's stats are looking and if he's in the Heisman race. So as a freshman, here he is, y'all, in lone territory, 99 overall. He's 4th in the Heisman voting right now. Last game out, he threw for 321 and 3 touchdowns and a 35-19 win against BYU. And taking a look at the stats for the Giant, there he is. I mean, the completion percentage is getting better and better. It's at 57%. He's thrown for 14 touchdowns, over 1,500 yards, and 3 interceptions on the season right now. Rushing wise, 80 rushes for 416 and 8 touchdowns on the ground. The long for 64. Having a heck of a season for the freshman, the generational phenom. What's all DeFuss? And as we finish the first season, regular season anyway, for DeFuss at QB, they're number 2 in the country. 11-1, 8-1 in the conference. They win the Big 12 championship in his first year, getting it done. Number 2 in the nation, which means we'll be hopefully in the national championship in year 1. And DeFuss also right there in the Heisman picture with Henderson from Ohio State. Again, incredible season here for DeFuss. Looking at what he's been able to do, he threw for 3,200 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, just over 63% in our passing completion rate, and then on the ground ran for 713 and 11 scores rushing. DeFuss, incredible numbers in his freshman campaign. To put that in perspective, he's number 5 in passing, as you see right there, number 5 in passing. And I mean, right there in the mix rushing wise, he's looking to see if we can beat school records. The biggest thing I want to see DeFuss do is I want him to take down records for the school and his career. I want him to take down Colt McCoy's career yardage, career touchdowns, all of it. I want him to be the #1 player that's ever stepped on the campus in Austin, Texas. And in his first year as a freshman, he finishes third in the Heisman voting behind Bama's Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs gets it done, then Henderson, and then DeFuss. Again, not a bad number for a freshman there. I can see him winning 2 before he probably goes to the pros early. But he doesn't go home empty-handed. He gets the Maxwell Award for #1 player outside of the Heisman right there. He finishes second in the Walter Camp Award, and just an incredible year out there for the man. He did a lot of great things. Hopefully now we can win a national championship as we get ready for Bama. So here we are in his first ever year. It ends up being #1 versus 2. Can we take down the Crimson Tide? They can keep their Heisman Award winning performance if we just take the national championship here with our phenomenal quarterback leading the squad. So it's first and goal to get this thing going here for us, and we're looking right there. I mean, there's nobody covering. DeFuss into the end zone, continuing his record-breaking pace he's playing here for the Longhorns. And you can see here we're simulating through the game. It's a 21-11 lead, but Bama roaring back as it's a back-and-forth battle here. It may come down to the final possession. So it's 35-32, 3:26 left here in the national title game, and DeFuss trying to get something going here. Finds Robinson into the end zone for the touchdown. Will make it a 2-score lead, his 3rd passing touchdown of the day, and a new school record for, what is this, passing touchdowns in a season. He's just broken the record as a freshman, ladies and gentlemen. So Bama looking to get a field goal to send this thing to overtime in the national championship game. They make it, we go. And it's going to be an overtime game. Here we go. So we're here for overtime, the national championship, and we are going to be starting on offense first. And we trade field goals in the first overtime, 45 all. We head to the second overtime. We need to stop them, and it looks like Bryce Young and company into the end zone for the touchdown. We got to try to get it tied up. So here we go, 1st and 10 for our squad, and we have a wide open man end zone, leading him to the left. Whittington for the touchdown. We could go for 2 to win it, or we can go to a 3rd. And we're going for it. We're risking the biscuit. We're going for it all here with DeFuss. He's being tracked down. He got it. Somehow, the pressure came. He gets the pass off in time, and we're going to walk it off and win it all. Did he get his foot in bounds? They may review this. Oh, my gosh. And no review. We win it. We went for 2. It was an iffy play. But DeFuss caps off year 1 as a national champion. And looking at DeFuss's progression after his first season, you see still 99 overall. Speed stays the same, but a lot of other categories moving up as we go. Let's see if the passing numbers actually went up. And they do. 97 throw power, 99 throw accuracy. I'm telling you, the dude is the GOAT already. And on the preseason Heisman watch, DeFuss leads the company of Henderson, Spears, Parrish, and Bennett, the #1 guy to keep an eye on, the sophomore, the Winnipeg Monster. DeFuss looking to win it in his 2nd year. So here at the midway point, we are 4-1, number 11 in the country, and 2-0 in the Big 12. We have 1 loss that came in the first game of the season against Notre Dame on the road, 45-21. A blowout. And DeFuss must not be having a heck of a year. He's not even in the Heisman picture. What is going on with our phenomenal quarterback? And taking a look here at DeFuss, year 2, he's thrown for about 1,500 yards, 17 touchdowns, 3 picks. The stats are phenomenal. 73% completion percentage already with a QBR at 187.8. Rushing wise, he's ran for 364 with only 3 rushing touchdowns. So a little bit quieter on the ground this year, but the passing game looking pretty dang good right now. As you look at his stats, he is currently the number 8 passer in the country. Right now, just not getting maybe the respect maybe he deserves. And in our 2nd season, we've done it again. Another Big 12 championship for DeFuss and company, as we have an 11-1 season. Looking at the standings here, you see right now we are 11-1, 9-0 in the conference, and it wasn't even really close, y'all. Look at the competition. We absolutely obliterated, putting up major offense throughout the entirety of the year. The unfortunate side of things, though, is we are not the #1 team in the nation, so national championship off the board for this year since we're not doing the 14 playoff mod for this series. So #4 in the nation, not big enough for a national championship, and right now maybe DeFuss can win the Heisman. A 7-touchdown game against West Virginia, 2nd behind Spears out of Tulane. Let's look at the year he's had. He's had bigger numbers. Look at that. He had 3,700 yards passing, 43 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for DeFus, and on the ground, he ran for more yardage on less attempts with 7 rushing touchdowns out there for the phenomenal sophomore DeFus. What a year. Let's see if he's broken any other records. And for a second straight year, we finish behind in the Heisman. Spears takes it home. We are right there with him, but DeFus' second year outlasted by the senior phenomenal halfback of Spears. Let's see if we jumped up potentially for the bowl, and no, we'll be in the Sugar Bowl against the Gators in year 2. And we take down Florida in the Sugar Bowls, the winners of that bowl, 28-24. What a game there for us. Let's see how DeFus did in this bowl game. 233, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception on the air game, and then on the ground ran for 9 for 75. A big win, and we also got a few new school records. So DeFus in his second year as a sophomore breaks his own passing touchdown record in the regular season and yards in a season. He threw for 3,937 yards. That breaks the record for passing yards in a season here at the University of Texas. We're here for the junior year for DeFus at Texas, and it's a big season as they have moved into the SEC along with Oklahoma, and right now projected to finish 3rd in the Powerhouse Conference. DeFus again in the Heisman picture to begin the new year, second behind Barnes for Oklahoma, the senior running back. DeFus again likely going to be heading to the draft after this junior season. This is the time, this is the year to win the SEC title, a Heisman Award, and another national championship. I'm looking at the preseason top 25, A&M, Georgia, Ohio State, Penn State, and Texas. There we are, number 5, entering into preseason. Let's move into the halfway point of the year. So we're here at the midway point of the season, and maybe DeFus's final year in college, now in the SEC. We're number 7. We're 5-1, currently trailing behind A&M, Ohio State, and you see the rest of the company there. Let's see how we're doing in the SEC in the East. And currently in the SEC East, we are 3rd, 3-1. Let's look at the teams we've played and beaten. So far, we've lost to Georgia. That was it. Georgia beat us 42-28. Everybody else we have handled, including Bama, including Notre Dame, Oklahoma, but we still have some big matchups ahead, including number 1 A&M. And DeFus in his junior year is leading the Heisman ratings here. He had 6 touchdowns and a win against Oklahoma. Looking at his season stats right now, he is incredible. Over 1,800 yards passing with a 68% completion percentage, 22 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. Record-breaking pace right now he's throwing for. And on the ground for DeFus, 381, 5 touchdowns. An incredible start to the year here for the junior, having a phenomenal record-breaking pace year. And unfortunately, we've lost another game. We are now 7-2 as we're coming in getting ready to take on A&M, who's 9-0. This is a big game for us. We need to win this one, as really Kentucky, of all teams, takes us down. We have 3 games left on the regular season with DeFus. Let's see if we could take down the Aggies. And if we're able to somehow upset A&M, that could push us potentially top 5. And I don't know what will happen after that. We're rolling out. I'm looking. I'm taking off. DeFus gets a block, and he gets down inside the 5. Same game. We got a chance to make this a tie game, but we got to get in the end zone here. DeFus in. Let's go for the 2-point conversion. So 2-point conversion time here for the Longhorns. Our season is in the balance of this one, and we're going to go in with DeFus. I don't care. We're rolling that thing out. He ties it up with 3 remaining. DeFus doing his thing, working downfield, looking to take a lead, and he gets it in the end zone to Kane. We take a lead with 10 seconds remaining, and I think that's it. We're going to win this one here against the number 2 team in the nation. The hero there. Let's move on. Let's see if we get to the SEC title game in our maybe one and only year here there. So taking a look at the SEC East, we're at the conference championship now. We're not there. We're 7-2. We finished behind Georgia and Oklahoma. All of us at 10-2. All of us in the top 10. Right now, the Longhorns, though, at number 4. The SEC West, good Lord, that's a mess. Are you serious? And DeFus looking like maybe the Heisman is his to take this year. An incredible season, outlasting the guys here. Let's look at his season stats. And on the year, he's thrown for only 3,400 yards passing. A little bit less than actually I was anticipating. 35 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, about on pace where he was at with his first year as a freshman. On the ground, he just ran for 835, 9 rushing touchdowns this year. We'll see if he gets that Heisman, and if maybe we end up in a New Year's Six Bowl. Maybe if we get some upsets in there, we move up to the number 2 spot. We'll see where we end up here in the junior year. And DeFus gets it done. He wins the Heisman. There you see the numbers he had this year. He walks away with it. Over 240 votes over Sawchuk, or whatever his name is. What's all DeFus gets it done here in his junior year. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to finish number 3 in the ratings. We're 10-2. We're going to be in the Rose Bowl against the Huskies. Along with the Heisman, we also take home the Maxwell Award and the Walter Camp Award this year, and the Davey O'Brien. He is walking away with so many awards. And if this is going to be DeFus's final year in college as one of the best ever prospects and college players that's existed out there, can he finish with a national championship and 2 New Year's Six Bowls wins, a Heisman, and then a plethora of records and awards? Let's finish off this junior campaign with a big dub. And if DeFus and company are going to come back and win this one, we are going to come back from a 24-0 deficit. DeFus got hurt on the opening drive, and now that he's back, things are turning. So it's not the storybook ending we were hoping for. 51-29 loss at the hands of the Huskies. Hands us our third loss on the year. It wasn't a great game out there for us. I mean, DeFus left. He didn't have a full game. He threw for 295 with a touchdown and a pick. Only 33 yards on the ground. I mean, a abysmal effort there for him in his final maybe game as a college player. Kind of lackluster. So DeFus, maybe his last game he played. I'm fingers crossed that maybe he comes back for a senior year. You see, finishes with the top passing TD record for the University of Texas with 117. If it's all set in stone, he has the record for passing touchdowns in a season, yards passing in a season as well. A phenomenal career for a quarterback that will not be forgotten here with the Longhorns. But let's move to the offseason. Let's see if he decides to go to the draft or come back for a senior year. And ladies and gents, he's not even on the players leaving board. It's a miracle, but looking at it here, DeFus looks like he is still hungry for more. He is coming back for his senior year. So we're back for our senior year. DeFus, we're number 1 in the nation as well in the preseason polls. Let's see if we're also the front runner for the Heisman as well. And of course, it's his to take, and everybody else has got to play right behind him. What's all DeFus looking to make it back-to-back Heisman wins as a senior now this year? Can he finish off in the SEC title and a second national championship to bookend his career? And for our senior year with DeFus, we finished second in the East, a 10-2 record, 7-2 in conference. Looking at the teams we got beat by Georgia in overtime and A&M, number 1 in the nation in overtime. 2 overtime losses. Heartbreaking out there for DeFus. So that means in the college football playoff polls, we are 7th in the country. A&M's got to play Tennessee. The winner of that will likely be the national title game. And USC's got to take on Stanford. So there's no shot that we get to the national title game in our final year. But there is an opportunity still for a New Year's Six bowl game. And DeFus not even in the picture for the Heisman in his final year. Let's take a look and see what has transpired in his senior year. And apparently DeFus must have went down with an injury in his senior year. The storyline is very interesting there. You see he has missed some time. He's only thrown for a total of 172 attempts on the season for 1,500 yards, 99 and 16 touchdowns, 1 pick. He ran for 371 with 4 touchdowns. Again, sharing time out here with Malik Murphy, the senior redshirt. I'm not sure what happened there, if it was an injury or what, but it definitely appears that an injury or a coaching decision has impacted DeFus's senior year. That could have been career making for him, as he is injured. And to confirm, it is an injury. He had a broken ankle. He is probable, maybe back for the season finale bowl game. And Connor Wigman out of A&M wins the Heisman at QB. The senior redshirt quarterback gets the job done. And with that, we are number 6 in the nation. We will be going to the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa Bay. But will DeFus be suiting up at quarterback? So DeFus is out there, his first snaps probably since the injury has sustained, whenever that was, midpoint through the season. Let's see what he gets done here on the ground. His first run, he's going to break a tackle and pick up a 10-yard rush. Again, glad to see him out there healthy, but you got to think maybe the injury has cost him as the number 1 overall pick. Maybe he should have went last year. So we're here for the fourth quarter. It's all Longhorns and DeFus. 38-14 lead over Wisconsin. I'm just happy to see the dude healthy out here, playing well. Again, The injury may have taken away him to be the #1 pick in the draft. Maybe even a first rounder, we'll see. But hopefully the ankle holds up throughout his career. An injury that has definitely handicapped him this year in what could have been a really special senior year for What's All the Fuss. Looking for a big play to cap off his senior year and end this thing with a touchdown end zone. There he is. It's Baker. And it makes it a 45-14 lead. It is all Longhorns here, so we're going to walk away with the win. His third passing touchdown in his return for the Fuss. And we send it off the right way with a big win. That is his third bowl win in 4 years. He finishes with a Heisman, a national championship, a plethora of big-time awards for the Fuss. But now it's time to see where this man ends up as a potential draft pick. And looking at DeFuss, he ends up with 3 school records as it's all done, with passing touchdowns in a career, passing yards in a season, passing touchdowns in a season as well. An incredible career out there for DeFuss as he ends up breaking 3 school records on his career. As a individual, he didn't unfortunately get any of the passing records for the college football as a whole. He's not able to reach any of those standards, unfortunately. But as he goes out, you can see here on the top all of the awards that he walks away with. 3 Maxwells, a Heisman, a Walter Camp, and an O'Brien. He ends up with a total of over 13,000 yards passing, 136 touchdowns to only 19 picks in his career. He ran for almost 3,000 yards rushing, and he had 32 rushing touchdowns. Let's see if he ends up being the first round pick and maybe the #1 pick that I assume he should be. And there you see DeFuss is projected to be a first round pick, 99 overall first round pick. Let's see exactly where he ends up. And DeFuss gets it done. He finishes out his career a first round pick, probably one of the first quarterbacks to go in the draft. Again, if you want me to continue DeFuss's career into Madden 23, let me know below in the comments section. Hit a thumbs up and let me know as well. He had an outstanding career here with the Longhorns, the best ever high school prospect coming into the collegiate game. He ends up being a highly sought out recruit, comes to the Longhorns, leads them to a national championship in year 1, wins a ton of awards and Heismans. He wins a Heisman, breaks school records. The injury did sideline him for a while, but a player that will be remembered for a long time at UT and certainly here on the channel. Hope you enjoyed What's All the Fuss's collegiate career, one to be remembered.